to this Thursday evening opening session of Oregon's Virtual Grand Assembly. I am Anna Higgins, Grand Charity, and it is my honor to kick off this opening session. First, a virtual meeting tip. There is a button to select active speaker or gallery view. And this only impacts how you view our meeting. The location will be different based on the device that you are using. For a phone, waiting for our fun little graphic here. For a phone, it will be the three dots at the bottom right of your screen. You can also change it by simply swiping your screen. For a tablet, it is the three dots at the top right of your screen. And for a laptop or a computer, the icon is at the top right of your screen, and it is labeled Gallery View or Active Speaker. By default, Active Speaker is the default video layout in which the person talking is ramped up to a larger screen. But there is also a gallery layout which brings in every participant in one screen, like the Brady Bunch. And on your phone, you can always swipe to see more participants. Our group is so large, you will need to scroll through everyone's thumbnail window using an arrow or continuing to swipe. Then you can return to active speaker view. There will be times you will need to turn off and then restart your video feed during our sessions. To do this, simply click the video camera icon. If you are on a phone, it is in the bottom center of your screen. And if you are on a tablet, it is the top right of your screen. If you're on a laptop or a computer, it is at the bottom left of your screen. To exemplify the effect of being in an assembly room and extending special honors as appropriate, in the virtual meeting room, we will extend these honors as follows. When you hear 3 raps of the gavel, you will turn off your video feed and select Gallery View. When you hear 1 rap of the gavel, you will turn your video feed back on and show your hoopin' and hollerin' hedgehog spirit. Let's do a quick practice, ladies. You ready? Here's 3 raps for you. Everyone got their screens off? Okay, and here comes your single rap. Good job, everybody. Okay, now for realsies, and it is my honor this evening to introduce Sister Becca Mobley, Grand Worthy Advisor in Oregon International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. You will join me in giving her a rise up welcome.
Sister Grand Drill Leader, you will proclaim this Oregon's 2020 Virtual Grand Assembly session open.
By order of the Grand Worthy Advisor, I now proclaim Oregon's Grand Assembly session open.
Welcome to our Rise Up Virtual Grand Assembly. This has been a truly unforgettable year with many unexpected surprises. When I picked the theme of Rise Up, I planned on it being a way to encourage our membership to grow in many aspects, but most importantly in themselves. I strongly feel that we have not only accomplished that goal, but surpassed it in a way that left me in awe, not only of our growth, but our resilience. We have faced many trials this year, but continue to rise up and grow stronger from them. This virtual Grand Assembly is a clear example of the resilience and dedication I see across our state. And I am so excited to spend this weekend together, rising up, learning, and having so much fun. The Grand Assembly will please assume the attitude of prayer while our state Rainbow Dad, Mr. Dean Reese, leads us in prayer.
Great architect of the universe, we thank you for the technology which allows us to gather together today. We thank you for the young women of Oregon Rainbow who have turned disappointment into celebration by using this opportunity to connect with their rainbow sisters around the world. And we thank all those who join us here today. Be with us through our sessions over the coming days and encourage us as we celebrate all that has been accomplished this past year and look forward to the opportunities this next year holds for Oregon Rainbow. Amen. Lord, help us to keep our promise.
Thank you so much, Mr. Reese. We will now hear inspirational remarks from Kat Moran of St. Mary's Assembly.
Hi, I'm Kat. Okay. Hi, my name is Catherine Warren, but a lot of people know me by Kat. I want to thank Becca for giving me this opportunity to be able to talk to everyone. What I want to take this time for is to tell you how being a Rainbow Girl has given me a lot of strength, and that if I didn't join, I wouldn't be the person I am today. When I first came to my assembly back in December of 2018, I was kind of nervous and shy. I didn't know anyone, which made it a bit harder for me to start talking to people due to my social anxiety. That changed very quickly when one of the girls came up to me and asked for a hug. I agreed even though I didn't know her. I had realized that this wasn't just going to be a group of friends that I was going to be able to hang out with, but a second family. Hanging out with my assembly gave me a lot of confidence in myself. They stuck with me anytime I had trouble with something. Sometime before Grand Assembly of 2019, my mother's advisor had asked who was going to Grand Assembly. I was very unsure of whether or not I wanted to go, but my whole assembly ended up convincing me, and I do not regret anything at all. The experience was amazing, and I met new people at the lunches and dinners, as well as the grand choir. I started going to more and more events because of the confidence everybody had given me. I no longer have social anxiety when with Rainbow Girls because I know that I won't be put down or made fun of. Another thing that has changed about me is my responsibility. Before I had joined Rainbow, I wasn't a very responsible person. Rainbow has helped me foresee things that need to be done and take responsibilities to make sure things are done in a timely fashion. Along with my manners. Manners was not my thing at all. At the time, my 7-year-old sister had better manners than me, but my assembly taught me how to change that. Service hours has helped me a lot. It helped me realize that not just being a nice person can make you feel good, but helping others out can make you feel better than good. Every time I get a chance to go to my dad's work and help out there, I take it without hesitation. Rainbow isn't just a group of friends, and not only is it a family. It's a group of confidence builders, role models, and future leaders. I'm glad that I joined Rainbow and met all of you awesome people.
Thank you, Kat, for sharing how Rainbow has helped you grow and find your confidence. At this time, it is my honor to recognize Mrs. Melissa Metz, Supreme Deputy in Oregon, International Order of the Rainbow for Girls, and past Grand Matron of the Grand Chapter of Oregon, Order of the Eastern Star. It is with all my love and great pride that I introduce Mary Druschella, worthy Grand Matron, and William Bill Gershbaugh, worthy Grand Patron of the Grand Chapter of Oregon, Order of the Eastern Star. The next time you say hi to a friend or want to address them in some way, go ahead and call them Daddy-O, just for a pinch of 50s charm. This phrase was used back in the day to refer to cool people. Worthy Grand Matron and worthy Grand Patron, we would enjoy hearing your remarks at this time.
Hello, Grand Assembly. I am so honored to be here tonight at this wonderful virtual meeting. Brother Bill and I, come here, there he is right there, are just so excited for all the effort and the support and everything that has been put into this virtual Grand Assembly. We want to congratulate all of you ladies at the wonderful year you had. Bill, turn your sound down. We're echoing. So I want to once again congratulate all of you ladies for what a wonderful year you had up until March. Really put a screeching halt to everything, but I think in a bigger picture, it has made us all grow and expound into areas that we never knew we could do. So I want to thank you for having me this evening, and congratulations to our Supreme Deputy, Mrs. Metz. And I'm so excited to be following her in the grand line of the OAS grand line, and for her to step in and be your mama. That's just wonderful. So without further ado, I will give this over to the worthy Grand Patron, Bill.
Thank you, worthy Grand Matron Mary. I appreciate this. Because she spoke first, I get to echo many of her sentiments. I am very proud to be part of this group, and I'm very proud of all of you for having taken this technological leap and done it in such a professional manner. I am really impressed in how well the whole backdrop and the whole, what was the term they used for the cathedral? Or no, anyways, I forget what that term was, but having the whole backdrop of everybody watching at the same time, it's excellent. I like this Zoom meeting tool. It's very high tech. Congratulations to Mrs. Melissa Metz. Supreme Deputy is a great challenge to take, and I know that you will be more than able to step up to it and be the daddy-o of the whole year. So you are an inspiration for many. So keep it up. Becca, looking forward to working with you for another year. As then you'll be the Grand Worthy Advisor. That is outstanding. You are going to do an outstanding job, as well as all the rest of the young ladies that are behind you, supporting you and supporting us whenever we are involved with you. So I appreciate that. We look forward to the next year, and I'll pass it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now join in an activity with our daddy-os, Miss Druschella and Mr. Gershbaugh.
I don't know that I can flip my.
Okay. Mr. Worthy Grand Patron we're going to be technically challenged.
Oh, here it is.
Okay. Tonight we are going to make a dragonfly out of paracord. Okay, and if you have your supplies, approximately 4 feet, and I folded it right in half. Okay. Are you taping?
Yes, I am. You're doing well.
Hang on. We got to get our technical stuff. I apologize. I have feedback. Okay, so Bill, can we get Bill's camera up here? Because he's videotaping me. Okay, there we go. Thank you. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, not the M&Ms. Those are rainbow M&Ms. So this is what we're going to end up with. So we've taken our 4-foot piece and we folded it in half. Then you're gonna want to bring it down so the loop part is down at the bottom. Okay. Okay. Then you're going to
Keep going.
approximately
Another loop this,
4
and another loop like
inches.
this.
I think I'm froze this.
So all four of them are parallel down.
So all four are parallel. Okay, can you see this?
Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay.
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 All right, you're going to start with your
left hand and you're going to take this loop and you're going to lay it across the top. Okay. You're going to let the right one go. So you're laying it across 2 lines right now. Okay. So then you're going to take your right hand with the loop that's loose and you're going to go over this one, underneath, back behind the 2 and up through. Okay. And then you're going to try to cinch that up. So what you're going to end up with is something that looks like this.
Like 2 eyes.
Like 2, this is going to be the eyes. Okay. So now we're going to basically repeat this. This time we're going to start with the right hand and make a loop. You're going to then take the left one, go over, and then underneath and up through the loop. Okay, so then you're going to tighten this up. And it's not going to be real super tight at first, but you can see there's your eyes to your, it's kind of hard to see on here. Yeah, to your dragonfly.
I'm looking at it exactly as you are. So.
Okay, now we're going to do that same thing again. Okay, going to start with the left hand and make a loop over the body part there. Then you're going to take the right and go over the top of that one and up through. Thank you. Sorry about that. So
ask them if they heard about which ones are going to be the wings.
okay, so the first loop we did here, those are going to be the wings, and you're going to want to adjust those to whatever size of wing. And your eyes, you can kind of pull and tug on all this. Just takes a little time to get it to where you want it. So that's kind of the beginning of our dragonfly there. Now the next is going to be the second set of wings. So you're going to take your left and lay it over the top of the body take your right and go over and underneath and up through. Don't pull it too tight because that's going to be your wing. You want to be able to adjust it. All right. So now we do the same with the right. Lay it over. That goes over that side and up through. Okay. And now we're going to tighten it up, but not real tight because we have to pull these little wings out. You can make them the same size. You can make them smaller. No two are alike. Okay, now I'm going to take those knots and I'm going to push them up gently. Okay. And you can kind of tug and pull and make sure you have it. Okay. And this is what we should be looking like now. How's everybody doing? Let me see. Yeah. See?
And I got stuck on the end.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Are we ready to move on? Okay, we're going to just repeat that same knot all the way down the whole length of the body. Okay, so we're going to start with the left, go with the right one, go over and through that loop and cinch it up. This is going to create the body, just like that. And we're just going to go all the way down as far as you want to go. So over and through. And there we go. It's another one. Just opposite sides, over and under and through.
This is a juvenile butterfly or dragonfly because it's got little wings.
It's a baby. This one is an adult. It has big wings. No two are alike. I think Bill's going to hang me with this cord.
Hang it out, lay it out in front of you.
I can't get it.
Maybe. I'm showing it how you're looking at it so they can.
Okay. All right. Getting down towards the end. And just keep on going as long as you want to go. And when you get down to the bottom, you could put a snap ring in here. You could put a charm. You could put a key ring.
But you would have done that at the very beginning, right?
Well, if you're going to put a snap hook, you're going to want to do that to start. If you want to put eyes, you could use beads, and you would do that the very first thing. Okay. You just keep going till the end until you get to the point, however big you want this to be, the tail part. Then when you're all done, you're going to clip these as close as you can off the end, and then you're going to cinch them. And you take, or an adult takes a lighter and just cinches it, and it sticks it to the body and it seals it so it does not fray. What do you think?
I think she did a great job, don't you all?
It was a learning process for me too.
Great job, Mary.
Oh, thank you. It was fun learning how to do it. It really was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun having her teach me too. I'm pretty good with knots. I've done a lot of braiding, but following the video and then watching her do it, I was like, let me do that. I had to do it 2 or 3 times. Like, oh, that's simple once you do it. But just watching someone that first, it gets a little confusing. But
It's
I like the fact that people were admitting that they still have a nice string in their hands and not a dragonfly. Pass it back to you.
I'm not so sure that I followed all the directions the right way, but this is what mine looks like.
I think that's beautiful.
I struggled with the wings. I don't know if I did them right, but I found my own way.
Whatever works for you.
Thank you so much for teaching us how to make these wonderful dragonflies.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Us.
It is with all my amaranth love that I introduce Honored Lady Patty Nielsen, Grand Royal Matron, and Sir Knight Dick Varner, Grand Royal Patron of the Grand Court of Oregon, Order of the Amaranth. Be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and always be sweet. Grand Royal Matron and Grand Royal Patron, we would appreciate you sharing your remarks with us.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I want to make sure everybody can hear me before I start. I want to wish everyone a good evening. These are very difficult times for our Masonic organizations. Not one of us as a leader had experienced any situation quite like COVID-19. Oregon Rainbow has the leaders in place that can go the distance and bring the virtual gatherings to all of our homes. Becca and Mrs. Metz, you are both one of the leaders that are moving Rainbow forward in these difficult times, and I do believe everyone will join me in congratulating them on a job well done. This is one of my favorite quotes. Leadership is not wielding authority, it's empowering people. Becca and Mrs. Metz, you have empowered Oregon Rainbow, and we thank you. I look forward to working with both of you the remainder of this year. Sir Knight Dick, do you have some comments?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Honored Lady Patty, for joining me tonight. I'm just happy to be here, being able to be at Grand Assembly, even if it's virtually. I really enjoy the energy that comes from the ladies of Oregon Rainbow, and it's a highlight of my year every year when I get to go to Grand Assembly. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. We will now join in a sweet activity with Mrs. Nielsen and Mr. Varner.
Thank you. We'll wait for the slideshow to come up and then we'll get started.
We're going to test your knowledge tonight.
Yes, yours and ours. It took a little bit to gather some questions together. We have a little bit of rainbow trivia for you all, and we hope you enjoy this. So we'll start with the group 1 questions. What is the name of the Grand Worthy Advisor when the Grand Royal Matron Patty Nielsen was State Mother Advisor? It's question number 1 in group 1. Question number 2 is, what is the name of the Grand Worthy Advisor when Grand Royal Patron Dick Varner was Worthy Grand Patron? And then question 3 in group 1 is, what is the name of the Grand Royal Matron's daughter that was Grand Worthy Advisor? So I'll give you a little bit of time to think on those. And then when we give you some answers, we can give you a little bit more of the history behind some of the different groups. I see some guesses out there. Good. Are we ready for some answers? So I'll start with number 1. The Grand Worthy Advisor that was in place when I was State Mother Advisor was Jessie Hayward Michelson. They were the enthusiastically eccentric elephants. Now, if that wasn't a mouthful for Grand Officer names, I don't know. Jessie handled that one pretty well, but I had a tough time getting all of them introduced with that name. Dick, would you like to take number 2?
Number 2 was Elizabeth Anderson. She was from my part of the valley, and I knew her family even before she was named. My favorite memory was Liz and her compadre Crystal being the twin sisters by different mothers everywhere they went that year.
Yes, I spent a lot of time with both of those girls too. And then the number 3 question was, what was the name of the Grand Royal Matron's daughter that was Grand Worthy Advisor? That was back in 1993, and her name was Kayleen Lovell. Their grand officers were called the Country Bells. So are we ready for group 2?
Okay, group 2, question 1. What assembly was the Grand Royal Matron a member of, or what city was it in? Question number 2. What is the favorite rainbow color of the Grand Royal Matron? And then question number 3. What is the favorite rainbow color of the Grand Royal Patron?
Looks like some people are getting the colors correct.
There's some kind of fun answers out there.
Any more guesses? All right, Grand Royal Matron, take 2-1.
I was a member of Maxian Assembly, and it was in Joseph, Oregon, and I actually was right by the building last weekend. I was up in the valley visiting family and friends.
And your favorite rainbow color?
It's red, always red. And what about your favorite color, Grand Royal Patron?
Oh, mine has to be blue for fidelity. You know, I'm just the basic, plain old, honest, reliable guy, and that's what I am.
Great, we hope you enjoyed those. I saw Mr. Barkley was kind of close on the town where my assembly was, but he didn't quite get it right. In the vicinity. Group 3, I think we're ready for that. All right, so we'll start through these. Some of these might take you a little bit. The first question is, which state is the original home of Rainbow, DeMolay, and Job's Daughters? So there would be 3 states for you to list there.
I see folks are getting the Oklahoma right.
Absolutely.
Somebody picked up DeMolay.
Yep.
And Joby.
Oh, there's the Jobies. Hey, this is all right. Good going. So I'm going to move on to the second question. Which state was Gloria Varner, wife of the Grand Royal Patron, a member of Rainbow in? And her father was in the Navy at that time. I see her in the background there, Dick. So
you're getting close.
I haven't. They are.
Think of where there are submarine bases. You were close in Virginia.
Oh, kind of. That one might be a little, there we go. I see one coming through. So a couple of people ought to get these next 2 questions right. The third question is, which Amaranth Court does Grand Worthy Advisor Becca belong to?
Do I get to answer?
You can answer. I would hope you get it right. Oh, looks like we got a lot of them. And then the fourth question is, which Amaranth Court does Mrs. Metz, Supreme Deputy, belong to?
Mr. Barkley, we only wish she was Oceanside.
That may happen. Well, this has been kind of fun. So let's start with question number 1. And it was, which state is the original home of Rainbow, which was Oklahoma. DeMolay was Missouri. And Job's Daughters was Nebraska. And I saw all of those answers in there. So I think you did well. Dick, do you want to take number 2?
So number 2 is South Carolina. Now, while my wife was originally a Joby here in Eugene, when her father was posted back to South Carolina, there wasn't any Job's Daughters, so she joined St. Andrew's Assembly in Charleston.
And then which Amaranth Court does Grand Worthy Advisor Becca belong to? That was Colonial. And which Amaranth court does Mrs. Metz belong to? And that is Christina, my home court. So I hope you all enjoyed that piece. We have one more group of questions, and they're a little bit more random. Dick, they're all yours.
Okay. So who performed the Rainbow Connection in the Muppet movie from 1979? Oh yeah, all the answers are coming up. Mostly from folks who are old enough to remember it. Okay, second question. What commercial says, discover the rainbow, taste the rainbow? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that one. And the third question. In the 1984 to 86, there was a television program called Rainbow Bright. What was her sidekick's name and the name of her horse?
Oh, there's a good answer. I see that.
Yeah, there's one of them, right?
That was an either or, so.
Anybody got the sidekick?
Right. Close. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So, of course, the Rainbow Connection is Kermit. And a lot of folks knew that one. The second one, Skittles, of course. What else comes in rainbow colors besides Skittles and maybe M&Ms? And then finally, the sidekick was Twink and the horse was Starlight.
Thank you, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it. And the girls that gathered the scores, if you will send them to us, we will send a prize or two out.
Thank you, Mrs. Nielsen and Mr. Varner, for leading us through that fun trivia game. It is with all my fraternal love that I introduce Most Worshipful Brother Art Borland, past Grand Master, representing the Most Worshipful Brother, or Most Worshipful Grand Master Michael McGuire of the Grand Lodge of Ancient Free and Accepted Masons of Oregon. Much like a cactus, you are looking sharp.
Thank you. Thank you. It's not often I get to wear my tux, but it's very nice to have it. I believe you were probably expecting our new Grandmaster, Mike McGuire, but unfortunately, this year our Grand Lodge was limited to 25 people. So we opened Grand Lodge, had election, closed Grand Lodge, had installation, all in about a 6-hour period. And we did not install all of the officers. And today, Most Worshipful Mike is installing all of his district deputies. Saturday, I'm sorry. So he's preparing for that and can't make it. But they've asked me to talk to you and give you a little history about Masonry and Rainbow and how we can work together and what our structure is. For those of you who don't know, Masonry is the oldest fraternal organization in the world. We go back hundreds, if not thousands of years to the building of the pyramids and all of the churches and temples and castles in Europe during the Dark Ages. At some point in time, those workmen, who were known as masons, stonemasons, were running out of work and they needed more people to join their organization. And they started bringing in outside people like us, and we joined. And eventually we took over as a social organization and a fraternity. And the first Grand Lodge in the world was in London, England in 1717, when a group of stonemason lodges got together and actually formed the Grand Lodge of England, which exists today. Oregon received its charter as a Grand Lodge in 1852, before Oregon was even a state. And today we have roughly 106 lodges and over 7,000 members. We consist of the Grand Lodge of Oregon, as well as appendant and concordant bodies. Appendant bodies are those organizations that you must be a Mason to join, such as Shrine, Scottish Rite, York Rite, etc. Concordant bodies are those bodies that you don't have to be a member. Matter of fact, in some cases you can't be a member, but you have to have an affiliation. And those bodies are called concordant bodies. They include the Eastern Star, Amaranth, Rainbow, D. Malay, and Job's Daughters. So there's a lot of things we have in common. We all have ritual practices, we have initiatory degrees, and we provide service to others. Masons have scholarships, community programs, bikes for books, reading programs, and the Masonic and Eastern Star Home. Rainbow also has community service. They support Masons. They have member education within their own organization, such as public speaking, manners, poise, and grace. So how can Masons help? Masons can help Rainbow by becoming a member of their board, start attending your meetings, help with fundraisers, provide scholarships, and even be a Rainbow dad. How can Rainbow help Masons? Well, you can approach your lodge, local lodges, and ask them if you can provide service by helping serve at a dinner, attend a Masonic picnic. Ask them to help Rainbow. Ask a member of the lodge to become your Rainbow dad. Hold a joint Rainbow Masonic meeting and have them shadow you through the positions. Pass out installation programs at annual installation of officers. There's a lot we can do together. And I think through together, we will actually grow our organizations. One of the things I was also asked to do is to teach you how to make a single cup of chocolate cookie. So if you give me a minute, we're going to have to move the computer into the kitchen and get organized. Can you bring that? Okay, looks like we're just about ready. I'm going to take my coat off because you can never cook in a tuxedo. My beautiful assistant will take it away. And you should always wear an apron when you cook. And before you actually cook, you should always wash your hands, especially with the coronavirus. So give me 1 minute. We're ready. And today we're going to make a single cup cookie. And of course, it's a rainbow cookie. So you have to start off with a rainbow cup. And if you don't have one, you can work around it, I guess. The supplies I think you have on a list. They include a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of white granular sugar, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a pinch of salt, 1 egg yolk, 3 tablespoons of flour, a tablespoon of M&Ms, and if you like, put some chocolate chips in there too. So the first thing we're going to do, may I have a knife, please? Is take a tablespoon of butter. Now, if you buy a cube of butter, you will notice that they are all pre-marked on the top as to 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, etc. So cut 1 tablespoon of butter. Use a sharp knife though, not like what I'm doing. And put it in the microwave for about 15 seconds to melt it and make it soft. And once that's done, add your sugar. And again, that's 1 tablespoon of sugar. I made one a couple of days ago. Actually, I made 2. My wife, Dale, and I had to try them out, of course. And I found that 1 tablespoon was a little bit too much for me, so you might want to cut it down a bit, but 1 level tablespoon of sugar, a pinch of salt, which is just a little bit in your hand for flavor, and throw it in. One egg yolk. I'm messy, so I'm going to use a pan. What I do is I crack the egg and I let the whites run out like that, and you end up with just the yolk. You put that in the cup. And you will take a fork and mix them together very well. Once they're all mixed, take a little bit of brown sugar. Again, the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon. I would use a little bit less than that, only for my own taste. Put that in. And mix it in, mix it well. Looks better than we did it last time. Good. Then we are going to take 3 tablespoons of flour. This is just all-purpose flour. And again, those are level teaspoons or tablespoons. There's 1. 2. 3. And mix those together. And you mix it until all of the white from the flour is gone. You don't want to mix it too much, and you don't want to leave it too moist. So get all of the white gone. And I'd show you the consistency, but I don't think it would show up on the TV. And now comes probably the best part. And that is your M&Ms. And take a very small amount, because it's only 1 cookie, and drop them in. And you can either leave them on top, so they cook on the top of it, or you can mix them in. And I'm going to mix them in. And voila. Perfect. Then you put it in the microwave oven for 45 seconds. Now, various microwave ovens have different temperatures. Some are 1,000 watts, some are 1,200 watts, some are 1,500 watts. So you may have to vary your time slightly. We have a 1,200 watt unit, and it takes just about 45 seconds. So try it once. If it works well, great. My wife is saying something. Oh yeah, these are chocolate M&Ms with dark chocolate with cocoa. You can use any kind. You can even use Go. Let's do a different one. And if you can see it, we have a chocolate M&M cookie. And it was that simple to make. They say to let it sit for a couple of minutes because it is hot. But I'm going to take some out right now. It's perfect. And that's all there is to it. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your year. Thank you.
Thank you so much for teaching us how to make this delicious snack, Mr. Borland. I can't wait to pop mine in the microwave and enjoy my cookie after session. Don't forget to bring your rock painting gear for tomorrow morning's session. Sister Grand Drill Leader, you will proclaim Oregon's 2020 Virtual Grand Assembly session from labor to refreshment to reconvene promptly at 10 a.m. Friday, June 26, 2020. Sister Grand Drill Leader, you will proclaim Oregon's 2020 Virtual Grand Assembly session from labor to refreshment to reconvene at 10 a.m. Friday, June 26, 2020.
By order of the Grand Worthy Advisor, I now proclaim this Grand Assembly now closed to reconvene at 10 a.m. Sorry. The 26th Friday.